Today's question comes from Dan in Massachusetts. I'm finishing up my degree in accounting with absolutely $0 in debt and can get my CPA license to work at a big company soon. However, I'm also considering law school, which would cost around $300,000, not including interest. The starting salary for some lawyers can be $210,000 in my city. However, for accountants at big firms, that salary can take around 5 to 6 years to get, while law school would only be about 3 years to complete. Is it financially worth the trade-off to go into debt if it will increase my income faster, or should I stay with my accounting degree and increase my salary at a slower pace?
Well, these kind of questions are always very nuanced and very difficult to answer, in a back and without the back and forth. I don't have Dan on the phone. So I'll dive into the considering law school. Why are you considering law school? Are you considering law school because of the sheer financial difference that you see here? It tends to, the tone of his question, George, leads me to believe that he's thinking of law school primarily for money reasons. And I would always caution against that. I'd want to know, why did you choose to go into accounting? Do you love the work? Does the work create results that matter to you? And I got to tell you, the $300,000, George, I'm passionate about this. You should never pursue a law degree when you'd have to go into debt $300,000 to that school. Here's why. Quick context, several years ago I had the opportunity to interview a lawyer on the Ken Coleman Show, based in Houston, went to Vanderbilt, very high-end school here in Nashville. And he realized after the fact that he could have kept taking the LSAT, got his GPA and his LSAT score to a certain point where he could have gotten free rides to smaller, lesser known, less prestigious law schools. Okay? But you don't think that. And largely you don't know that. And so in this situation, a law degree is a law degree unless you get it out of a Frosted Flakes box, right?
Yeah.
And so I just would not be thinking about this kind of money. I would be trying to get a free ride to a smaller law school if, in giant caps, if law is what you really want to pursue. But to pursue a law degree because you go, well, I can make a little bit more money faster than I could as an accountant has just as much opportunity to move up into a C-suite opportunity later on. So I'd want to know those things before I decided.
Oh, absolutely. And his verbiage here, the starting salary for some lawyers can be $210,000 in my city. I've got friends who are lawyers, and they went into deeply in debt for their degrees, and they're making $65K doing immigration law or some types that aren't at these big firms.
That's true.
So this idea that you're just going to have a high six-figure salary as soon as you leave law school is also a farce. So don't believe that lie. And if it means, hey, I'm going to have this kind of salary in 5 years, that's great. If you love accounting, stick with accounting. Never get a degree just for the paycheck.
See, the paycheck wears off, George.
Well, and how many lawyers do we have out there that are resenting ever having gone to law school, that didn't make it, who still have their student loans to pay off, or who are doing it going, I want to jump into a different field. This is not what I thought it was going to be. I'm burnt out. I'm doing 80-hour weeks at firms that don't care about me. So this all points to the issue of higher education, the student loan crisis, which we delved into with our documentary, Borrowed Future.